Endowment 101. How Middlebury's endowment works. Middlebury's endowment is $854 million invested in all sectors of the economy and managed to generate returns for the college's operations. But how does this actually work? Middlebury outsources its endowment management to a money manager called Investor. This means we give Investor the entirety of our endowment and ask them to invest that money. Investor doesn't just manage Middlebury's endowment. Dickinson, Smith, Barnard, the Carnegie Endowment, the Rockefeller Brothers Fund, all of these endowments are managed by Investor as well. In total, Investor manages $7 billion. After combining all of these endowments, Investor chooses all sorts of different investment vehicles to invest this money in. They might be hedge funds, private equity, mutual funds, or cash in banks. It's not important to know what each one of these means. The point is that they each operate slightly differently. Some of these funds may allocate portions of that money to yet other funds or managers. Or they choose individual corporations in which to invest a portion of the money. These corporations could be in any sector of the economy and engage in any number of responsible or irresponsible practices. By the time we arrive at an actual company that Middlebury's endowment is invested in, the money could have passed through many hands. So how does Middlebury receive the profit generated by these companies? Some of the companies do well and others don't. But let's assume the net return is positive. After each manager takes off its fees, that positive return goes back to Middlebury's endowment. Let's take last year as an example. Middlebury made 18% returns. Middlebury uses these returns to pay the lights, professors' salaries, and the food in our dining hall. Whatever is left over after Middlebury has paid all its expenses goes back into our endowment and makes it bigger. And then the process begins all over again. After our endowment leaves investors' hands, Middlebury knows very little about where that money goes. We know the geographical distribution and the kinds of fiscal vehicles the money is invested in, but we don't have access to the names of any of the companies we are invested in. Socially responsible investment is the process of tailoring our endowment's investments to reflect our collective values. This can be done through a number of means, including divestment, screening, positive investments, and community investment. But the first step is to make the decision as an entire college community that we will put our money where our mouth is.